Excellencies, colleagues, partners, it is a great honour for me to speak to you today on behalf of persons with disabilities. I'd like to start by thanking Member States and the UN system for working together with us, the people, on designing the Post-2015 Development Agenda. The conversations on shaping the new framework has been one of the most inclusive efforts in the UN history. What is emerging from this dialogue is a remarkable vision, a universal agenda applicable to all countries and to all people, and with a determination to eradicate extreme poverty and create true sustainability. Persons with disabilities would like to embrace this vision of the 21st century. As the chair of the International Disability Alliance, the largest network of global and regional organisations of persons with disabilities, I have great hope that the new framework has opened doors for us to participate, to be included and to be recognised as active contributors, contributing members of society without discrimination or fear of being left out or left behind. Not only today, but also into the future, towards 2030 and beyond. Let me tell you about us. We, persons with disabilities, comprise an estimated 1 billion people globally, of whom 80% live in developing countries and are overrepresented amongst those living in absolute poverty. Persons with disabilities encounter discrimination and exclusion on a daily basis. This means, in particular, pervasive exclusion from development programs and funds, education, employment, healthcare services, communications and information, infrastructure, economic empowerment programs and transport services. In addition, the effect of climate change, natural disasters and food insecurity, as well as conflict situations, makes us, persons with disabilities, disproportionately affected. Let me give you a real-life example occurring as I speak. Exclusion happens even here at the UN today in this room. Accessibility is not just about physical access. The deaf community and hard of hearing people are not able to participate in or watch this meeting due to a lack of sign language interpretation and captioning services. They are not able to learn the diverse views of colleagues, member states and the UN system. But despite this lack of inclusion, persons with disabilities remain committed to this agenda and are confident that any challenges can be solved if we work together. We all, constituencies of persons with disabilities from all regions of the world, are ready to be part of and contribute to the implementation process, starting from design and planning through to the monitoring and implementation processes. Let us collaborate with you on the creation of an inclusive society and ensure the rights of persons with disabilities are realised through the new framework in all aspects, from local and national to regional and global levels. We recommend 4 things: to ensure there is interlinkages between the interlinkages and establishment between post-2015 development agenda and existing mechanisms, such as the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. To design national implementation plans of the post-2015 development agenda framework with and inclusive of persons with disabilities. To establish safeguards so that the new framework does not create institutional, attitudinal, physical, legal and information communication technology barriers to the inclusion and participation of persons with disabilities. And to strengthen the capacity of national statistical agencies to measure the progress achieved for persons with disabilities by disaggregation of data by disability status, sex and age. In addition, to measure that the most marginalised are lifted out of poverty through the implementation of Post-2015 Development Agenda. Poverty eradication and the achievement of economic growth can ensure the rights and inclusion of persons with disabilities. As such, the new framework must be people-centred, with participation at all levels. We, persons with disabilities, should be recognised as equal partners with all of you, that is governments, UN system and civil society, in the post-2015 implementation process. In the words of the 1945 Charter of the United Nations, I would like to close with a promise and call that we, persons with disabilities, are ready to build a sustainable world without poverty and discrimination. Thank you.